In a quiet village surrounded by thick woods, a humble woodcutter lived with his 2 daughters, Elara and Miri. Elara was the older one, gentle, calm, and thoughtful. Miri was younger, full of energy, and had a kind heart. Their mother had died when they were young, and their father had recently remarried. The new wife, Seraphine, was beautiful and elegant, but her heart was cold and filled with envy. She couldn't stand the affection the villagers showed toward the girls. It burned her pride to see them loved. Not long after the marriage, Seraphine's true nature began to show. She made Elara and Miri do all the housework, gave them stale bread to eat, and left them in ragged clothes. Their father, often away in the forest cutting wood, remained unaware of the cruelty. One morning, while their father was away on a long trip, Seraphine handed them a basket and said sharply, "Go into the forest and bring back dry firewood. If you return empty-handed, you'll sleep without supper." The girls wore their old bronze shoes and walked toward the deep woods. Each step they took made the shoes clink gently. As the trees grew thicker and the light dimmer, they spotted a crooked little cottage nestled among the roots of an ancient oak. The windows were dark, the curtains torn, and the door stood half open. Elara squeezed Miri's hand. "Maybe someone inside can give us water." Inside, an old woman with silver hair and eyes like burning embers stirred a pot over a fire. "Ah, children," she said with a grin. "Come in. You look hungry." Elara stepped forward. "We just need water. We're collecting firewood." The woman nodded slowly. "I can give you wood, but only if you agree to 3 things. Elara agreed without hesitation. First, never plant jealousy in your heart. Second, never discard something old without hearing its story. Third, never remove your bronze shoes, no matter what. Then she handed them a small sack filled with sweet-smelling sticks. "Burn them wisely. You'll see their power." That night, when they burned one of the sticks in the hearth, a soft golden light filled the room. The smoky fragrance brought peace, and even Seraphine, for a moment, seemed spellbound. But the next morning, she grew suspicious and cruel. "You'll return to the woods today," she demanded, "and bring me twice as many of those sticks." Reluctantly, the girls went back. But this time, the little cottage door was shut, and the wind whispered, "Your trial is not yet over." The girls stood before the closed cottage, uncertain. The wind howled through the branches, and the leaves swirled around them as though warning them to turn back. Suddenly, the door creaked open on its own. The old woman stood in the shadows, her eyes brighter than before. "You've returned," she said. "But the woods no longer offer sticks. Now they offer truth." Elara stepped forward. "We're not here for the wood anymore. We want to understand." The woman gestured toward the corner of the room. 3 doors appeared, one of gold, one of silver, and one plain wooden door. Behind one is a path forward. The others trap the greedy. Choose wisely. Miri pointed to the silver door. "It's the most beautiful. Maybe that one." But Elara looked at the simple wooden door. "She told us to listen to the stories of old things. This one seems honest." Elara pushed the wooden door open. Darkness lay beyond, but as they stepped through, their bronze shoes began to glow and ring gently. Light followed each step. On the other side, they found themselves in a lush garden where the air shimmered with warmth. A voice echoed through the trees. "You remembered my 3rd rule. You wore the shoes. You passed the test." The old woman appeared again, but her form shifted. She now had soft eyes, glowing skin, and a voice like falling rain. "I guard this forest's heart. I test souls who wander in search of fire. You both carry purity in your hearts, even under cruelty." She handed Elara a small mirror. "This shows the truth of one spirit. Use it only when necessary." Back home, Seraphine stormed toward them. "What lies have you brought this time?" Elara calmly held up the mirror. In its reflection, Seraphine's face twisted. Her jealousy and cruelty shone through like smoke in sunlight. She shrieked, stumbled backward, and fled the house in fear. When their father returned, the girls told him everything. With tears in his eyes, he held them close and removed Seraphine from their lives. Elara and Miri eventually turned their home into a place of learning for village children. They taught kindness, honesty, and strength. The bronze shoes rested on a shelf above the hearth, silent now, but still shining, reminders that true courage leaves its own path of light behind.